Hello everyone. Hi Rosie. Welcome on in. It's good to see y'all. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Yeah, welcome on in. Welcome. Today is Spooky Friday. Yes, it's a matcha. Oh wow. It's a Rosie. Hehe. Yeah, it's Spooky Friday. We're gonna play a spooky game today. Um, yeah. Yeah. I was worried that today I was gonna have to start stream a little bit late because I slept in very late. Very late. I woke up at like noon. Um and yeah, but here I am. I'm on time. At work right now. No worries, Doodle Dude. Thank you so much for stopping by. Good luck at work. You got this. Oh, will the head pats work? The head pats will not work. That's fine. I'll turn them off. I don't want to wrestle with it today. Here's some free head pats. There you go. Alright, let me just turn those off real quick. I don't know why they're not working. Let me... Oh god, I don't know what's been up with Mix It Up. Oh hey, that one's working. um... But yeah, I don't have a whole lot to say today. There is an advanced sale going on right now. Wanted to make sure the important one is working. Of course. We have to have TBH bounce work. But yeah, for the next 23 hours now, my advanced code will get you 20% off instead of 10% off. But yeah, advanced has a new sleep formula. It's melatonin free, and you can drink it warm or cool. But yeah, it looks really yummy. They have hibiscus and chamomile, 2 different flavors. I really want to try them. But yeah, for the next about 23 hours, my code will be 20% off. Any other announcements? My commissions are very open. I would love to work with you, so go ahead and check out what I offer if you wanna. I think that's all I got. I kind of want to get into the game. I'm ready for the spooks. But yeah, how's everyone doing today? Before I do that, how y'all doing? What's going on today? What's good? Sleepy? Yeah, I feel that. It's a sleepy day today. A sleepy Friday. It is Friday, right? Okay, good. It is Friday. Can confirm. Yeah. Been very cloudy and stormy. Gotcha. I don't really like storms, but I mean, in the summer, cloudy can be nice. It's been so hot where I live, and it's finally cooling off. And it is so nice. It's why I've been sleeping so much, because I've been able to sleep well in the nice, cool weather. It's so great. But yeah, how about we hop into the game? Let me switch scenes. Oh, there I go. Hey Tibbs, welcome on in. Hello. Hello. I don't know why I did the FNAF thing. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's pause the tunes and we'll turn up the game volume. Spooky. So spooky. Also, you can see my mouse if If you guys want me to change that, just let me know. And if the volume's too loud, I will adjust it. Yeah, there is a trigger warning for this stream. It's pinned in chat, but you can also see it anytime by typing trigger warning. Yeah, this game has like jump scares and other scary things, so if that's not really your thing, then feel free to sit this one out. Everything seems fine so far. Yeah, I'm just worried it'll get louder. Yes, I have the Miku cursor. Yeah, I think we're all good to go. So let's start a new game. I can continue because I started the game just to make sure it would work. So yeah, we're gonna start a new game. I didn't get very far. I just wanted to make sure I could stream it. Slowly becoming a horror game streamer by the day. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Let me move my mouse. God, that's loud. Yeah, this is the last Simulacra game in the series so far. I'm excited to play it. I know nothing. A bunch of missing people. That's real spooky. Ah, shit. Oh yeah, also this game has a lot of flashing lights. So if you can't handle that, please don't watch. This game, it can be very flashy. I know I can't really handle it, but this game, it'll be fine. I'll be fine. Press and hold to unlock. Welcome back, Paul. This game is also very quiet, except for like the occasional spooky noise and jump scare and phone noise. Oh, we're saved. We're saved. Okay, what's going on? Answer Ruby. Okay. Very effective spook. Yeah. When it's like so silent and then like a jump scare. Especially when they have creepy wallpaper like this. Like, what's up with that? Lockdown. Let's see this Ruby person. Finally, Rook. Having fun with the phone I left? If you're done being nosy, we've got some work to do. I wasn't being nosy. Can't wait to see a person in that hallway just slowly approaching. You're probably right. That's exactly what's gonna happen. Well, that's not good at all. We'll have to change that and fast. This is Ruby Myers. Oh gosh. This game moves so fast, it's hard to like read out loud. Reporter for the Stone Creek Citizen, or as you might know from your daily coffee runs, double ristretto on the rocks. I'm not sure what that is. Must be some sort of coffee drink. Don't tell our editor, but we'll be working on an assignment of our own, winky face. What's the scoop? I'm listening. Straight to the point. We might just get along. On the Rocks Vocaloid song? Yeah, exactly. Sorry, this game hurts my throat because I have to read so much. If you paid attention to the news cycle, you'd know that things aren't going well for Stone Creek. Other than the mess of a whole resort town fiasco, people are going missing at an alarming rate. No one's doing anything to investigate this. Is there a pattern of victims? For now, it's hard to say. The victims themselves are pretty varied. People from all walks of life have vanished. The only thing that connects them is that they were normal people leading normal lives. When did it first start? Reports trailed in a month or two ago, and they haven't stopped since. I have a feeling it began much earlier when the numbers were small and easy to ignore. I have a source, Paul Castillo, a huge mystery and history buff. Really knows his way around town, though people tend to underestimate him because of his demeanor. But he's got good instincts. Yeah, let me know if my mouse bothers you guys. I can hide it for you guys if you want, but I thought it might be interesting to know where I'm clicking. What do you mean his demeanor? What's Paul like? How do I answer this? Unpredictable is Paul's default setting. I think it helps a little. Okay. Good to know. I'll just try to, like, put it behind my big-ass ears or something, if there's a video. To most people, he seems unhinged, and that makes it easier to write him off. Still, it doesn't make him untrustworthy. He's pretty popular. On the contrary, he's pretty secretive, keeps to himself most of the time. Excuse me, I had a hiccup. Does a lot of writing, though. I guess that's the only thing we have in common. How does this guy operate? When he's set on a topic, he'll go out of his way to find out everything about it, which makes him pretty useful for my stories. He's also connected with the local community, got some real town spirit. Why is he important to the story? Paul was convinced that he was close to solving the mystery and wanted to show me the evidence he had. Instead of setting up a meet, he sent this. Oh. Spooky. The phone you're using now is in that box. No note, no explanation, nothing. It doesn't make sense. If this phone was his evidence, there's not much on here. I don't know that. Do you think he might be in danger? With Paul, it's hard to say. I'm trying to keep faith that he knows what he's doing, still. I don't know if it's a warning or if it's some experimental form of communication. That device is our only connection to him and the answers we need. This is where you come in. Does this mean I get to go outside? Unfortunately, with the lockdown, your leash is limited to HQ. Journalists get a pass, though, so I'll be doing the groundwork. But I'll video call you so you don't forget what the outside looks like. Have you had a chance to look over this phone yet? It won't be what you expect. The thing functions differently than most. Like I said, Paul's careful. I had to use it once and almost smashed it out of frustration. No, I wanted to speak to you first. Oh, that's considerate of you. Well, you have my permission, Rook. He left this phone for a reason. Maybe he hid an instruction or something. A memo? Video, maybe? Go on, get looking. Okay. Hold on. I have a ping that I need to check. Not important. Okay, when did this game come out? When they're talking about, like, the lockdown, I'm thinking, like, 2020. Oh, it came out in 2022. Interesting. Okay. Uh... Time to, sorry, I'm trying to get comfortable. Time to creep the phone. It's based in 2020, developed in 2020. Yeah, probably. So I don't remember when the second one came out. I want to say like 2019. So yeah, this one was probably developed like over COVID because the lockdowns. Man, remember that? That was crazy. Okay. Um, let's look at media. This looks like some sort of um, what's it called? A food bank or something? Nice little Instagram shot. Another one. A lot of good Instagram. Oh, frog. Oh my gosh. Frog. Do you see him? Do you see it? The frog. Incredible. This is a good shit. This game of the year. Oh shit. It keeps getting better. Ducks. Look at the ducks. It's perfect. I love them. This is excellent. Okay. That's all the images. Videos? We have a 2-minute video. No recordings. And we saw that one already. Okay, let's watch this video.
Hey Ruby, this video may come as a surprise or not.
I'm trying to hide my mouse.
I know we've had our differences, but that's why I respect you. It's
The
time
music
I
video?
tell you something.
Yeah.
Again, it needs believing, but more importantly, it needs stopping.
Sorry, I'm kind of covering the
Town is changing.
subtitles.
You and I can feel
Now
it.
I'm totally in the way.
But it's an outside influence. The people are turning. The phone is locked. You might need to tinker to get into it, but you're gonna need it. I know it's not much, but I hope with whatever's inside it, it will guide you to the truth. Atlas is used to get around Stone Creek. It shows what it has to offer. It's a map app, blah blah blah, you know how it works. But my version is more. I've locked some of the phone's contents within these grey pins. To unlock them, you need to find the correct notes. As you're navigating through the phone, you might see this icon appear on the bottom of the screen. Tap on it and it will capture whatever you are currently viewing as a note. Upload the correct note to the correct grey pin and more of the phone will open up to you. Use this to guide you through.
Okay. I get it.
That's all I can say for now. I hope the phone gets to you safely, and I'm counting on you to get to the truth.
I really like his glasses. They're very nice.
You need to do this. Not for me, but for Stone Creek.
Okay. Is that what we needed? Oh, I gotta do this. I gotta scan it.
Hey Ruby.
Oh. Hi Dana, wowdy. Thank you for the 15 stream streak. Holy cow. Enjoy your channel points, friend. Thank you so much. Well, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Wow. We're playing a spooky game this Friday. SIMULACRA 3. So yeah, check out the trigger warning. And if you decide that this game is not for you, that's totally okay. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, friend. I hope you're doing well. Atlas. I have a persona named Atlas. Data locked. Good old Simulacra. Yeah, we're on the last one. Most of the phone's contents are locked behind Atlas. To restore them, please upload the proper notes to the locked pins. Okay. Oh good, I can zoom out. Guide to Atlas. I don't think I've seen anyone play this before. We've just started. We haven't really gotten anywhere. But yeah, it's typical Simulacra. You have a creepy phone and you gotta solve the mystery. So people are like going missing and there's like this map that we gotta do things with. Oh, I can zoom out more. Shit. Yeah. Have you played the last two? I have. Oh hi. You scared me. I thought that was in the game. I heard footsteps behind me and it was my wife. I thought it was in the game. I have played the last two. I played the first one a very long time ago. And I played the second one not too long ago. And then I played Pipe Dreams also not too long ago. But yeah, it's been a very long time. My wife has left the vicinity, but I'll let her know you all said hi when she's back. I'm sure she will appreciate it. Okay, I probably gotta text Ruby now. Yeah. I think I found something. Oh, I need to click again. I was gonna take a sip. This is it. Paul, what did you get yourself into? Things are about to shake up in Stone Creek, that's for sure. He mentioned using Atlas. Is Atlas like this game's Iris? I remember Iris was like the creepy OS from the last two games. Paul kept his investigation on his phone. Unlocking it is our priority. Atlas is his tool of choice. He explained it well in the video. Think you can manage it, Rook? I could give you some pointers if you need a nudge. I think I got it. I thought you were just talking about Iris. No, in the game, it's called Iris OS. In the last two, three, technically. But yeah, I guess this time it's Atlas. Yeah. Okay then, show me what you got. Get full access to the phone and tell me once you find something related to his investigation. In the meantime, I'm going to check an old meetup point Paul and I used previously. Okay. Scan. Okay. Oh, chat says hi, wife.
Hi.
She says hi. Okay. Let me just go look at things, I guess. Lockdown. Oh, the lockdown is because of the missing people. It's a curfew. It's not because of COVID. Mirror Tech employees has been granted exception from these restrictions, provided they show their passes to the relevant authorities when asked. Okay. Paul. He looks so confused in this picture. Look at his face. He's like, huh? Huh? Yeah, I can't scan this or anything. That's all my emails. Can I scan anything in here? I think I saw everything already. Oh! Did you see it? Look at tiny Miku. Look at her. Hi Iris, welcome on in. It's good to see you, friend. Non-COVID. I don't know if I can spell it because of Twitch. Fair. I honestly have no idea. Surf's up. That scared you? It scared me too. Thank you for shouting out Iris. Gonna be lurky because ad break starting soon. Lurky because scary, but give me a shout if you need anything. Oh,
¿Quieres?
I will drink. Thank you. And no worries, Iris. I hope you enjoy your lurk, friend. Thank you so much for stopping by. And I will do a hydrate. Thank you. I forgot how much this game hurts my throat because I have to read everything. I hate reading. I'm just kidding. I like reading. It's pretty cool. I don't know what that noise was. Sorry. Okay, we got a missing person. That's not funny. Can I scan anything in here? It doesn't look like it. I'm not quite sure what I'm supposed to be scanning. This one, maybe? Oh, this one's by Ruby. I know her. Okay, maybe not. Phone? Can I phone people? No. Can I scan anything in here? Or wait, I was supposed to do Atlas stuff, right? Hold on. I might have to watch that again. Oh, have a good ad break, everyone. Good luck. Okay, I don't really understand what it wants me to do. I guess I'm just supposed to, like, look at things? I don't know. That's not what I want to do. I want to click that thing. This. What the hell? Why does it look like that? What the hell? I can't scan this? Spooky. Can we call the police? Yeah, we should. I wonder if I can. Oh, I have a chat. Oh, hold on. No, they hung up on me. The police hung up on me. Well, that sucks. Oh, I guess I found something. Oh, I need a hint. I do need a hint. Assuming it's like day-night pictures? Maybe, but there's like... Hold on. Where's Alice? Oh, I can't... Like, there's like... This weird... Sorry, my thing doesn't work very well. There's like this yellow glow. And then when I click on it, it turns creepy. There's like blood everywhere. And like, the text changes. I don't know. Okay, yeah, I do need that hint, apparently. Give me the hint. Game's like, you're taking too long. You'll have to scan and unlock the correct note from the device's last known location. Since it's with you at the Stone Creek Citizen, it must be something there. Our paper's site. Okay, okay. I was kind of headed in the right direction. So it's something on here. I didn't click this one. Nope. Hmm. Love that. No worries, Rosie. Enjoy your lunch. Thank you for stopping by, friend. I hope you have a great day. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know what, I don't understand. It looks like I should be able to log in, but is this not it? I am confusion. Or do I have to go, like, here? Oh. Oh. Okay, okay. Oh, how do I scan things? It just pops up. I don't. I might have to watch that video. Yeah, how do I scan it? It's like it just pops up, but it don't. I'm confused. If anyone has any tips, I will allow it. Cuz I literally don't know what it wants me to do. Oh, this? Oh. Oh. The one thing I didn't click. Tip line. Rally the voices. Okay, okay. I got it. I got it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And we go here. And then this one. Did I do it? Yippee! I got an achievement. New media unlocked. 2 mails unlocked. New feed unlocked. Oh shit. Oh shit. I got so much unlocked. Whoa. Whoa! That's a lot of stuff. Let's look at media. Missing. Okay. You were Will once, don't let them tame you. Oh, wild. You were wild once. I'm like, Will? I get it. I got it. I got it. I can read. Okay. Any more weird pictures? This one's new. It's this PNG of him over top of a library. I can scan it. What secrets is he hiding? Get a load of this. Get a load of this. This is good shit. Anyways. Oh, we have a video. Hell yeah, right? And there's ducks too? Hold on. Wait, hold on. Look at him. Do you see it? There's also the duck's head. He does feel kind of sus. Yeah. Look at the ducks. Look at the ducks. I love animals. Oh wait, I need to be in here. We need to watch this video. Duck. Hi Gabe, welcome on in. Look at them. Welcome Gabe, I hope you're doing well. Oh,
It's gotta be him.
spooky
Went
time.
missing 4 days ago, spotted by some kids wandering around the riverbank 2 days ago, and now he's here?
Why is this video so
What the
muffled?
hell are you doing here?
Oh.
Damn it!
Oh.
What are you up to?
The ducks are all looking at one spot. Interesting. Oh. Oh shit. Oh, what the hell? What the fuck? Warehouse encounter. That's spooky. Let's scan it. Is this what happens to everyone who disappeared? I found something. Am I gonna get jump scared when I get out of here? No, okay. Is there like a warehouse? Can I do something with this? Oh, okay. Because that's the warehouse, right? Was gonna get Whataburger. Can't because Uber won't let me. Oh no. I'm sorry. Burger sounds real yummy right now though, to be real. Oh, I'm still in the scared face. um I'm still scared. Um I'm just gonna snoop through this guy's phone before I talk to Ruby again. I'm so shocked about Uber. Yeah. Weird carvings around my house. Excuse me. That's weird. Wait, can I scan this? No. Okay. Saw that one. The whole crowd strike thing going on. Oh yeah, I heard about that. That's so wild. Craziness. It's like Y2K all over again. I survived Y2K. Hell yeah, I did. Um, okay. Phone. Oh, I have all these contacts. Airports aren't even functional. I know, it's crazy. Elise. Why is Elise highlighted? Interesting. No one else is highlighted. Oh, Ruby. She has a picture. All right, let's chat with Ruby. Oh, here's Elise. Might have affected your payrolls. Oh no. That sucks. I'm so sorry, Dano. Yeah, that's really awful. I was wondering if like I'd be able to stream today. I was like seeing if other people were live and they were, so I'm like, I should be fine. It's not affecting my computer, thankfully. But I'm not like a corporation. Thank God. I don't know. I don't know shit. I don't know shit. How's the assignment treating you, Rook? Any progress? I unlocked Paul's phone. There's this video. Oh, saving. I've never seen anything like this before. What the hell is happening here? Could this footage be fake? Anything's possible in the digital age. Ever heard of deep fakes? Oh, fuck deep fakes. But if I know Paul, doctoring footage isn't the kind of stunt he'd pull. Paul had Paul had to have information about this man somewhere. How else did he find him? Paul, any ideas where he'd hide them? Let me think. Okay. Paul's like any other person who's... Oh my gosh. Slow down, slow down. Any other person who's into solving mysteries. They all need a soapbox. Oh, girl, calm down. Um, his blog, Stone Creek Files. He might not have posted about it yet, but I'm willing to bet his investigation notes are on there. Damn it, it's down. This website is locked due to suspicious activity. Okay. What kind of content does he post? It used to be filled with his adventures, sped up footage of stakeouts, play-by-play of encounters, the standard stuff. Shame he's had to filter it out to keep the website afloat. Now it's a shrine to local myths and legends. Hopefully more info about that freaky video, too. What was he trying to prove? I think he does it more for the experience than trying to prove a point. Right, why don't you try and access Paul's blog while I search that place? I recognize the logo on the lanyard, Sunny Express Warehouse, east of Stone Creek. I don't know about this. This is precisely why I'm on the field and you're not. We won't get anywhere without some risks. What is that? What the fuck is that? He's shaking maracas behind me. Did you guys hear that? Not the Steam achievement. I don't know if you heard that. We won't get anywhere without some risks. Let me know once you're in his blog. It's bound to be a treasure trove. We'll be able to get some good leads there. See you on the other side. What was with the maraca noise? Did y'all hear that? That was weird. I'm scared. Enter your email. Paul Castillo at tmail.web. Okay. I typed .com. Answer the security questions. A mark left on Abernathy Farms. Oh shit. Oh shit. Is it this X? Is that what it is? Let's try it. Oops. Hold on, I got a cough. I'm gonna drink some water too. Okay. That looks awful. Okay. What do they mean? The mark. What does that mean? Sorry, I got a phone message. Um, what is this mark it's talking about? Can I go to this farm page? Hmm. No. I have no idea what to do. Wait. Why are there 3 things that I need to look at? Um, Complaining about missing people, apparently. Um, hmm. I am not sure what to do. A mark left on the farm. What does that mean? I'm just guessing. Oops. Okay, okay. Um, what? What are you talking about? Replicate the right pattern. Is it in here? I honestly have no idea. Yay, a puzzle. Yeah, I'm stuck. Um, I'm a little confused, but that's okay. Um, can I Google the farms? No. It must be in here. Um, Farms. Okay. There's nothing about a shape. There's crop circles. So do I just do like a square? No. Call the helpline. What is the helpline? Um, yeah, if anyone has suggestions, hit me up. I don't know what to do. Should I Google it? um, ad starting soon. If I don't get it by the time the ad is here, I'll just look it up. Pet watch? I don't know. I'm confused. um, fuck it. I'm gonna look it up. I don't know what I'm doing. What shape do I have to draw? Save me, Simulacra 3. Simulacra 3 walkthrough. Save me. Oh, it's a fucking video. Okay. Hold on, my Firefox is so slow. Actually, it's my YouTube that's really slow. Ugh. I might have to take a bathroom break shortly. I'm still having YouTube problems. Yeah, my YouTube sucks. Whenever right before a Firefox update comes out, my YouTube really sucks. It's really strange. Yeah. Like I can't even watch streams on YouTube even when it's like normal. Like normally bad. It's really silly. Sorry, this is being so slow. Okay, complete the pattern below. This is the part that I'm at. This person is also stuck. Oh my god, my YouTube is so slow. Come on. Okay. Oh, you got it. Hold on, I can't pause my YouTube. There we go. Okay, what was the shape? Oh my god, YouTube. I'm gonna lose my mind. Okay, okay. Hold on. Pause, please. Pause. Oh my god, pause. Okay. Okay, okay. I'm cheating, I'm cheating. I'm cheating. I don't know where the fuck you found that, but I need to use the bathroom real quick. So let me put some tunes on, and I will be right back. Hello, everyone. I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to use the bathroom, but here I am. Let's pause the tunes. And let's get back into it in 10 seconds when the ad ends. Hi, Dano. All right, let's party. Let's party. Okay. Match the caption. Select the images containing what is described in the caption. This is that one from the farm. Select the images. Sightings of the Beldam around Stone Creek on the Atlas feed. I think it's that one. No? Oh, I can select multiple. No? This is for sure one, I think. On the Atlas feed. Oh, this is one. That's one I saw already. Okay, I think I got this. I did it. I'm so smart. Oh shit, I'm unlocking so many things. Okay. Audio file. Okay, hold on. Yippee! I'm so smart. Okay, okay. Buy me a bagel. I'm clicking my mouse so hard right now. Let me buy him a bagel. Oh shit, that's a simulacra. Oh no, that's like on the cover of the game. That's spooky. That is spooky. Alright. What's up, Ruby?
Driving now, can't text. Had a thought. These people who disappeared, since there's so many of them now, they need a name.
Your audio's really quiet, sorry.
Catchy headline name. The Vanished. Or the Lost. Maybe you can think of something? Thanks.
You're welcome. Can I send her a voice message? Just, Sorry. Okay, what am I supposed to be doing? Digging through his blog. Okay. Subtitles are carrying. You're so right. Oh, we got another video. And a
Some
song?
initial thoughts about the symbol. Listen up, me. It's very possible that this symbol is a mark of resistance for Stone Creek. Every movement needs one. The town has a history of civil disputes, mainly between the council and the townsfolk. What if enough is enough? They're finally taking a stand to push back and reclaim Stone Creek. It'll be a fight I support, that's for sure. But still, it's being connected to the disappearances. It doesn't make sense to involve people who have no part of it. I mean, there are children who are among the lost. It couldn't be the town, no. If not us, what about aliens? They visited
Aliens.
us before. Look at Abernathy Farms. Although back when the crop circles appeared, there weren't any stories of abductions or folks going missing. Or is it her? The Beldam.
The Beldam.
Oh, just saying her name gives me chills. She definitely has a grudge against Stone Creek. Anyone here would be fair game, except she's never had a symbol associated with her in all my research. A familiar, yes. A flower, check. A lake, yep. But a symbol? That's new. I should go back and look again. I couldn't have missed it, could I? If it is her, it begs the question, why now? What would have awoken the Beldam after all these years?
It is a
It
mystery.
has to be something powerful. I wonder, is it more dangerous than the Beldam? Some initial thoughts about the symbol.
Oh, we're
Listen
looping.
up, me.
We're looping. Can I
Some
scan
initial
this?
thoughts about the...
No. Okay. Let's watch this video. What's going on in this room? What's with like the stairs that lead to nowhere? You okay, Paul? Gone. That was weird. Okay, we're supposed to be looking at his blog. Why do I have 50 messages? I don't understand why I have so many messages. Whatever. um, let's look at Treasure at Thrasher Lake. This is more about the beldam, which is like a spooky witch lady, I think. Um, Beware the antler beast. And these are all like local myths and legends. Spooky. Um, the antler beast that reminds me of like Over the Garden Wall. Blessings of the Elm. I think I'm supposed to be reading the last one, but whatever. Whatever. A rare flower. Interesting. Yeah, let's read the last one. Download. I love downloading strange files. Oh, this is directed at Ruby. I'll read this. Ruby. Persephone has gone into hiding. To reach them, you'll need to find a token to return a promise in Stone Creek. Don't worry, I have it here on my blog. It's something rare, but you can find it growing in Stone Creek. People in the past used to think it would bring them luck. Now, not so much. With a mind like yours, you can find it easy. Paul. It's those flowers that I just read about. Yay, I love downloading weird files to my phone.
These disappearances are getting out of hand. The police reports show a linear growth at the start, but over the past few weeks it's growing exponentially. The bright side is, more cases means more evidence. I've been digging through the files and I noticed these symbols.
Oh. Oh shit. Full screen.
This exact symbol appeared on one of my colleagues' desks. I'll be keeping an eye on him. There might be a connection between these disappearances and these symbols. They keep popping up. I see them everywhere, in doodles on public buses, carvings on benches, in children's books.
Sorry, my socks are
Everywhere.
falling down.
It's like an omen.
Okay, I fixed them.
Just when someone goes missing, these symbols keep appearing. Something bad's gonna happen.
Uh-oh.
I can feel it. Gotta get more
Uh-oh.
proof. Just to be sure. I need to get more reports from Persephone. There must be something I'm missing.
Let's scan this. Appearance of a symbol. Persephone might have them. Who is Persephone? Atlas. Oh, hello? Uh-oh. Oh, it's getting dark. Hello? I didn't like that. That was scary. Don't do that again. Hello, Ruby. Paul has an interesting theory. Also, I'm like adjusting audio on the fly because this game the mixing is horrible. It's like loud and then quiet. It's a horror game, of course. Of course it's like that. Paul thinks the symbols are linked to the disappearances based on what? Exposure? Not what I had in mind, but I should have expected this. Things tend to go off the rails with Paul. Have you seen the symbol before? Maybe in passing. It's not something that would capture my attention. Looked like everyday vandalism to me. Anyway, I'm at the warehouse. Hopefully we'll find something to prove or disprove Paul. Also, back to what I said about the headlines. Aside from the victims, our article's gonna need one too. Something sticky. The Vanishing of Stone Creek. That's not bad. That's got style. Catchy and concise. I like it. At this rate, it's come true with everyone's head turned. Good on thinking ahead. Hold that thought. I'm close to Paul's location in the video. Should be right about... What do we have here? What? Hello? I can't do anything. What is this? Oh my god, Slender Man. Can't do anything. I'm just gonna get a migraine. Oh shit. Hello? I broke this phone real bad. Let in? Let me in, probably. Can I help you? I'm just gonna get jump scared again. Hello? Okay. I got. What's new in media? We have a new video? Hello, Paul. Paul, your house is so interesting. Is that his bed right there? Like, and is that a window on the right? Like, why does he live in that yellow pyramid from Midsummer? That's what the fucking inside of this place looks like. Oh, he's looking for something? Oh, he's drawing the symbol on everything. I don't know if you guys can see that, but he's drawing that symbol. Yeah, I don't know what's up with this house. It's very strange. What do we have here? What do we have here? Oh shit, this guy got obliterated. This guy got sent to EBDB. This is the exact spot that man was standing. Do you see that on the door? It looks familiar. To pieces, you say? Wait, I think I'm seeing it too. But why is this one so unsettling? The others are less grotesque. Brooke, this is great news. Oh my gosh. The story's shaping up. Mysterious symbols appearing in town? People vanishing? It writes itself. Wait, that man really vanished into thin air? Apparently. All I can say is I've checked and there's no trace of him here. I don't see any security cameras to review from when Paul bolted either. I want to get on top of this now. There's a couple of threads to follow. Well, that guy in the video was his colleague. He mentioned to get more reports from Persephone. I'm curious about Persephone. It's not like it happened the past 2 games. I know, it's so crazy. Crazy how the police don't care about this at all and just leave it up to some random people. Wait, no, that tracks. Yeah, maybe from his network. I'm not sure if that's a person, an organization, or a place. He gets carried away with his code names. The guy in the video is his colleague. Right. Maybe I can find something from where he works. Since you have his phone, why not you figure out who or what Persephone is, and I will pay Paul's office a visit. How do I do that? I need a hint. In the entry where you found his theory video, did Paul leave a note about Persephone? My gut says there's something on his blog that connects her to a location in Atlas. Paul and his code names, I swear. How come you're just Ruby on his phone? It is a mystery. Because I saw what he named me before and I didn't like it. The only thing I know about Persephone is she's the Greek goddess of agriculture. So to find her, it has something to do with plants or flowers? Paul did have a post about flowers. I did read that. Also, I got a text. Lockdown is still in effect. Yeah, whatever. It wants me to read all of these.
Okay, here's an idea. Now that we know exactly what happened to those who disappeared, how about the sunken?
So quiet.
Since he, sank. Yeah. It's growing on me already. I'll just let it percolate more before I commit to it.
It's so quiet. I don't know what's up with that. Okay. Persephone, a promise. Okay, that was this one. Yeah, scan this. The story of how a rare flower which symbolized promise or unbreakable bond turned its blessings into omens following the beldam's death. Interesting. So then we need to connect this to Atlas. Something about Persephone. Oops. It was here? Was it this one? Yeah, flowers. New media unlocked. Persephone's garden. Sharing Stone Creek's blooms on your special days. Locally grown and sourced flowers to brighten any room or gloom. Flowers are pretty based. Okay. Oh my gosh. A lot of new things. Wait, I thought I... Hold on. Look at all these things we have to look at. I read all these already. See if I gotta scan anything. What's everyone's favorite flower? While I snoop through this phone, tell me about your favorite flower. Mine are sunflowers. I love sunflowers. They're very pretty. Burke. Marigolds are pretty good. True, those are really pretty. Persephone. Lilies, those are good. I like lilies. Sunflowers are really nice. Hell yeah. They're like trees. You are my sunshine. Is that copyrighted? Morning glories? Yeah. Those are nice. I can scan this. Receipt from the grind for a highly specific coffee drink. Yeah, that is pretty specific. I don't know much about flowers. That's valid. Matcha latte. Yum. Cold brew with three pumps of vanilla, oh my gosh, I can't speak. 1 pump of caramel, 2 pumps of cinnamon dulce, and a splash of soy milk and light cream. Soy milk and cream? Is that weird? That seems weird. Dandelions make me think of my bunny. She would eat them so quickly. Aw, that's so cute. Little dandelion salad. When someone named Rosie doesn't like roses. That's fair. Roses are okay. They're not my favorite. They're okay. Oh shit. Well, I'll be friends, Paul. I'll be back to show you. Jeff note. I can't scan this? This seems like a good clue. Oh shit. What's with all these creepy pictures? Look at the ducks. They are all looking at the same spot. Oh shit, I can zoom! I can zoom! I don't even need to use my OBS zoom. Oh, I like these ducks. These pictures are getting pretty sus. Yeah, and then there's just the frog. Look at it. Ah, frog. Um,
The Case of the Strange Symbols Audio Log 1.
alright, we'll listen to this.
My investigation continues. The last disappearance was a couple of weeks ago. Same thing, no new leads. The sheriff's department has been tight-lipped. It's been quiet since then.
Same,
but
Rosie,
this is far
same.
from over. I have a hunch on who might be next. One of my co-workers from Mirror Tech, Jeff Howard. He's a reserved guy, quiet, minds his own business. Lately, he's been more withdrawn and spacey than usual. I didn't think much of it until I caught a glimpse of the symbol on his computer. He was happy when I mentioned it. I made a new friend. Said he was staying back at Mirror to see them. I knew he was working late nights, but the way he said it, something was off. That's when I wrote Persephone in. The footage we got is deeply concerning. Jeff's in danger, I know it. Maybe if I stick close to him, I can get more information. If anything tries to take him in the process, I'll stop it. Yeah. I'll try to talk to Thomas too. Jeff needs to go home. These nights aren't good for him. The Case of the Strange Symbols Audio Log 2.
Oh, is this a new one?
Jeff rarely leaves
Oh, I can
Mirror
look
Tech.
at things while I listen.
The Case of the
Oh.
Strange Symbols Audio Log 2. Jeff rarely leaves Mirror Tech. He's only ever home 3 hours out of the whole day, then it's back to work.
Oh, oops. Let's look at this. Bus stop. Bus stop. I think. I can scan it. Pickup point. Paul picking up a client before joining Thomas at his favorite spot for a meeting. Okay. We have 2 new clues. A specific receipt and a pickup point. Can I unlock some things? I think I can. Let's go! I'm unlocking so much shit. I want coffee. Hold on. I could unlock, like, one more thing. This one? Hey, I'm so smart. I want free pastries. Yum. I love coffee. Okay. Oh wait, we have a few more things in the feed for the bus stop. People talking about how it's creepy, and look at it. It is very creepy. We have more media to look at. Any more images? I don't think so. Another recording.
Change symbols, audio log 3. He knew I was here the whole time. Jeff left a note on my windshield while I was gone.
Oh, big
It's
stretch.
the symbol. He's spreading it, and his letter.
Ooh.
We can all be friends. I'll be back to show you, Paul. I've looked everywhere for him and nothing. Jeff is gone.
Oh no.
Change symbols, audio log 4.
It's like one of those places that feels normal during the day and then very off at night. So true. You're so right.
It's official. Jeff is missing.
Jeff is missing.
No one's heard from him since the day at the park. I'm so sorry, Jeff. It's my mistake, thinking I knew better. Talking to you would have been the better option. Maybe you'd still be here. I can't do this alone. I need to reach out to someone. Someone I can trust.
Okay. We have something new on Surfer. Persephone's Garden. This is what I'm supposed to be doing, I think. Although I have a lot of messages. Burke. This is the weird guy you picked up. Persephone sent the link. Oh, this is for like a flower store. Wait, scan. Sorry, I keep coughing. I think I'm sick. Okay. Atlas. Notes. Conversation with Persephone. Only answer to the correct order placed on her webbed site. Yeah, hold on. My headpads aren't working today. Still, I don't know why. They don't work when I go live. I'll give you some free ones. I can trigger it myself, but whenever chat does it, it freaks out, so. Thank you, Dano. I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. Persephone's Garden. Do we have anything to, like... Do we match anything to this? I don't know. Persephone is not Persephone. Oh. Screenshot. Game saved. Nicely done. So they go by another name, Damien. These messages are interesting. Paul has been on a roll with these wins. Suspicious, don't you think? There's more to this. A coded message, maybe. Does Damien ring any bells? I know of a Damien, but we lost contact a while ago. Reminds me of a shadier version of Paul, actually. We have Persephone, I mean Damien. It won't hurt to try and contact them. Any idea where to start? We've established that Paul and Damien have a system. The messages are one part of it. There's a pattern here that points to a contest on Persephone's Atlas feed. Paul didn't claim his last order. That's our in. He gets a bouquet of 3 different flowers each time. That must translate to their code. Winning flowers for winning words? Track down Paul's final entry for his winning words and order them as flowers from Persephone. I think I know where to start. Great, get back to me once you find Damien. In the meantime, Steam achievement. In the meantime, I'll try to pay a visit to where Paul works, get some info on that colleague that went missing. Okay, what's the order? Oh, hello? Hydrangea Ivy Oak. Is that what he wants? Oh, orders. Hydrangea. Oh shit, they don't have all of them. I don't remember what they were. Hydrangea, Ivy, and Oak, that's what they were. Yeah, they don't. That must not be right. Okay, hold on. Um. Oh. Begonia, rhododendron, white chrysanthemums. That's not it either. Wait. Begonia, hydrangea, rhododendron was the other one, but it's not on here. What if we do hydrangea? No. Hmm. Hold on, I'm a little confused. Reference Persephone's website for the flower meaning. Elm beads. That's one of the ones we need. Um. I don't I don't understand what I'm supposed to be doing. Place an order of flowers. Okay, hold on. I need to look at the chat with Ruby. Paul's final entry for his winning words. What? Oh, hold on. I just remembered. I just thought of what to do. Message, promise, resolution. Okay. Iris and elm beads, columbine purple. Iris, elm beads, columbine purple. Iris, elm beads, columbine purple. Elm beads, columbine purple. Iris. Boom. Let's go. Order is being processed. This person is texting me a lot. Bro, hold on. Ah, I need a moment. Just gotta sort out 8 more things. Make that 8.5. I'll get back to you later. Paul, where have you been, buddy? You dumped a bunch of stuff on me and broke our contact protocol. Then you went MIA. What's going on? Did you find another florist to befriend? Is this Persephone or Damien? If you have to ask, you're not Paul. Who are you? Answer, or I'll make sure you never Answer, or I'll make sure you'll never buy flowers in this town again. I'm a reporter for the Stone Creek Citizen. The news? Paul would never expose me like this. We have a binding contract. Please do it for Paul. I don't know. Are you trying to manipulate me? I guess so. Paul, why would you do this to me? Lead the snakes to my door, unless you followed protocol, the clues, protected me. Paul wanted you to find me? Paul could be in trouble. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. I am still unsure. But if you know Paul, maybe you're here on good authority? Resisting the urge to change my mind. No, I changed it again. Okay, we're good. Mood. Paul mentioned you in his notes. I'd hope not. I take my privacy very seriously. Persephone's just a code name with Paul. Most people know me as a modest florist and flower shop owner. But if you're looking for stuff, or things, I am Damien, purveyor of the unobtainable for my clients. Flower shop person, literally me. What kind of stuff? Anything and everything. Flowers, documents, surveillance, so long as you have a good cause that I align with. I'm what you'd call a fixer for legal reasons. I prefer purveyor of the unobtainable. People come to me when there's too much red tape, so I fix things and I help them. That makes me sound more like handyman. What did you help Paul with? I need a sip. And a stretch. Oh, give me a sec. Oh. Oh. Okay, hold on. I don't even know where to begin. It's usually something obscure and out there. Paul never disappoints. My favorite was this hair sample. Thought it might be from Mothman himself. The last time he came, it was about something mundane. I know where this is going. You want to know more about the disappearances, don't you? It was a strong concern of Paul's, too. You know something about the disappearances? Well, there's a strong fear permeating throughout Stone Creek, all revolving the missing persons cases. Some think that Beldam is back. Others say it's a publicity stunt. At least I'm not the only one on my toes. Why do they believe it's a stunt? It's the sympathy and attention it generates towards Stone Creek. Most importantly, the council makes them look incompetent and evil. I'm not a cockroach, but even I know that bad press could halt their development plans. They're on thin ice as is. Maybe I shouldn't speak of this. Someone could be listening. Oh no. Uh, did you know that he was following someone? Yes, and I might have helped him with that. Paul was just looking into a colleague of his, Jeff Howard. He was a pretty normal guy until he disappeared for a few days and came back acting strange and distant. Apparently he never left work. Paul suspected he might be up to no good. What did he ask from you this time? Oh no. Paul wanted a whole background check. Police records, digital footprint, you know, the standard stuff. He also asked for surveillance, what this guy did on the day-to-day. For the most part, it was uneventful. Except he had periods where he'd blank out in the middle of doing something and zone out for a few hours, just staring. Creepy. Paul thought that if he could get a closer look at Jeff's life, he could find a connection to the other disappearances in town. Nothing turned up, until we saw something weird. Can you show me? I'm not watching this video alone again. Paul noticed that Jeff stayed late for work every night. The guy never went home, except when Paul stayed and back and tried to catch him. Feels so unprofessional for a flower shop person just talking about another customer like that. Yeah. We wanted to see what he was up to at night in the office. I got access to all the cameras, and, well, this happened. Alright, Jeff. My name Jeff. Oh. Oh shit. No one noticed? He's just not doing anything? No one cares? Oh, the hands. Oh shit. What was that near the end in the shadows? Hands? Shh, I don't want to be cursed. You want to know something creepier? That mark on his screen. We shouldn't look at it. I probably should have warned you beforehand. When Paul wanted my help with the disappearances, he asked me to look into each location, see if there was a link to it all. I don't know how, but that symbol was everywhere, sprouting wherever those missing folks were last seen. Do you think it has a meaning? Yes, that you'll go missing. It looks sinister, whatever it represents can't be good, and well, something about it looks familiar, but I can't place it. Listen, I think we've spoken enough for now. It's best if we part ways. Steam achievement. If you find something else, I'd prefer if you left me out of it. You got it, boss. Hi, Ruby. His name was Jeff Howard. Game saved. A normal person would have died from staying awake that long. There's so many things wrong with this video. The symbol is on the computer. Sharp eyes, Rook. It just popped up on his screen and kept coming back. Hey. There I go. Did someone send it to him? Did he look for it himself? He's completely entranced by this symbol. What if he sees something we don't? Interesting theory. Too bad there's no way to test it. Ugh, this video's a great find. Wish it didn't cut off at the good part. Did you see that figure on the floor? Did you see it? Excuse me. Yeah, you saw it too? What is it? Is there even an explanation? Camera defect? That's definitely what it is. You mean like the camera was recording over itself? I doubt it. Look, everything lines up. No weird overlays. The shadow was with him. I can't watch this anymore. It's starting to creep me out. It could be edited. I don't think that's the case. It's sped up and stitched for brevity, but it hasn't been altered beyond that. You think this is the behavior Paul noticed? Without a doubt, it's troubling that he was the only one who didn't ignore it. What are the managers doing? Or HR? Everyone walked around him like it was nothing. Oh, Mirror Tech. So much for looking out for the working class. Luckily, I'm here to help. Paul is a tech bro? Right? I can't imagine him in a place like this. Maybe a job's a job and that's it. That's besides the point. The receptionist has been on her cell the whole time and she keeps giving me the hand. I need you to do me a favor. You want me to call and ask? Sure, something like that. I'm forwarding the number for the front desk. Call it and get her to step away. Make something up that she can't ignore, like an emergency or something. The more extreme, the better. She won't answer our questions, so I'll need to find them for us. Won't she get in trouble? Don't stress so much. She'll be fine. I think of it as like a prank call, nice and quick. Call now, Rook. I'll be on standby when she leaves. Break a leg. Alright, the game just saved. So I think this is a great place for me to save and quit. Because my throat is getting sore and we're coming up on the 2-hour mark. Ugh. So I'm gonna do a quick stretch and then I'll save and quit to the main menu. Okay. Yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope y'all had a great time with the Spooky Friday game. Yeah. Let me mute the game real quick for you guys and I'll put on some tunes. And let's switch scenes. But there I am. Alright, gamers. Thank you so much for joining me today. I had a great time, and I hope you did as well. Yeah, thanks so much for stopping by. Let's look for someone to raid. Alrighty. Yeah, thanks for coming to stream today. I really appreciate it. I hope you had fun with me. I had a good time. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is who I'll raid. Alright. Here is all the raid information you need. Copy and paste whichever raid message works for you. And we're gonna go say hi to Canty. They are playing... it looks like Mega Man something? I'm not sure. The category just says retro. Yeah, make sure you join my Discord server if you're not already a part of it. Make sure you check out all my socials. And yeah, thank you so much for coming to stream. I hope you have a wonderful day. My schedule will be up on Sunday. An ad is starting soon, but that doesn't even matter. Yeah, take care, everyone. Have an awesome day. I will see you on Monday for stream. But yeah, for now, take care. See you later. Have a good one. Bye bye.